Why millennials and Gen Z are feeling burnt out from work. Let's tap in. Let's see what we got. Come on.
I don't want a job.
Insecure bosses are growing in popularity.
They're working 40 hours a week, but at the end of the month, they have nothing to show for it.
Burnout is everywhere right now. People are waking up exhausted. They're dreading Monday before the weekend is even over. And no matter how hard they work, it just seems like it's never enough. So in this video, we're talking about why so many people are feeling burnt out from work, where the Sunday scaries actually comes from, how some employers take advantage of good workers, and most importantly, how to manage your work stress and everything that you're going through. So if you like this kind of honest and real commentary, be sure to subscribe and let's get right into this video.
People think, oh, these kids are so burned out, they're just lazy. It's like, no, they're working 40 hours a week, but at the end of the month, they have nothing to show for it.
And that's one of the things, right? I believe this all starts from when you go through the early schooling stages. So like elementary to middle to high school, throughout that time period, you're being groomed to stay in a location for long periods of time. Because if we're being honest, right, nothing really should take 8 hours of your life. Like nothing should take 8 hours of your life. Everything that you did in school, you can jam pack that shit in for 4 hours. You could like you literally could. Work doesn't have to take 8 hours. You happening to be somewhere for 8 hours at a day. And that's just for people that just work a set 9 to 5. A lot of us younger generation people, we're working overtime. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, it's not just you show up here and you're going to do your 8 hours, you're going to your 40 hours a week or whatever. No, we're doing overtime every single fucking day. You know what I'm saying? It varies in the work that you do. It could be back-breaking labor. It could be warehouse. It could be hospital work. It could, brother, the teachers nowadays. Like, everybody is working so hard. And like you said, a lot of people, it really, you have nothing to show for it. You're working so hard for the people above you that barely do any work at all. The shareholders, the people who are pulling in fucking millions to billions to six figures off of our hard work. So I think that's where I believe a big portion of the like feeling burnt out feeling comes from. It's just like you're working hard and you don't really get excuse me, you don't get recognized, you don't get praised, you don't even get, like, jobs don't even do employee of the month anymore. You know what I'm saying? I remember that being one of the big things, to give employee incentives. Nobody wants to give raises. Nobody wants to give incentives. What incentivizes you to work hard other than you need a job because you need money because you got to pay bills so you can fucking survive in a world that doesn't seem like they want you to survive comfortably. It's crazy to me, but let's keep going.
So if you're not making any progress and you look back 5 years and go, damn, I made $300,000 in the last 5 years, or I made $400,000 in the last 5 years, and I have nothing. If anything, I have $25,000 in debt. That's going to create burnout because you feel like you just put in 5 years of work and have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, and I will say, even though some people like to point blame at like Gen Z and millennial spending habits, things are just more expensive. We've grown up watching like the time and money change. Even for me, I remember growing up, I remember them little bags of chips, they were a quarter each. You get 4 for $1. Now I think there's like 2.
He's not lying. Literally, that was one of the best things as a kid. Like your mom, your dad, your grandmom, your grandparents, they give you $5 or $10 and you could make that stretch for a week as a kid. You get 4 bags for 25 cents, no tax. Show me where in America they still doing that. I will fucking wait. I will wait. Show me where they still doing that. Arizona iced tea used to be a 99 cent. No, now it's $1.80. $1.90, borderline $2. Like, what are we doing?
For 50 cents or something. Or even McDonald's used to get a McChicken for $1.10. Now it's like 2 something. It has gotten kind of crazy. So it's like even the most basic thing that we used to do as kids and growing up is like 2 or 3 times the price now. Even going to the movies, that's a whole date night, you know, when the movies used to be cheap.
And we still have people blaming them that, well, the reason you're broke is because of the coffee. It's like, no, it's the 25% inflation that we've faced that just destroyed people's spending power. It's the 30% increase in rent prices where people are spending 40% of their money on rent.
Rent is crazy. I mean, even looking back at my old places now, I always like to do this like every year, go back to my old apartment and where I used to live and see what the rent is now versus then. What's changed in that apartment to make that apartment that I was in 5 years ago $600 more today? That's delusional. Something's got to change.
And then they want to blame, oh, the reason why Gen Z is this and that. So so poor or whatever because you're spending it on the coffee, you're spending it on this, you're spending it on that. Bro, these are minor luxuries. Like literally minor luxuries. These are minor luxuries. Like people, you gotta understand, right? There's only so much that you can do or spend your money on as a younger person, but just minor luxuries like food, like beverages, like I can see if you're pointing your fingers at the people that's just out here buying Dolce and Gabbana and Dior and all these designer brands, and like, all right, those people, I get it, but like, why shouldn't you to be able to buy a $10 to $15 coffee every single day? Like why do you have to take away these things and put your money into 100% just bit? Like where does the joyful experiences come from anymore? Why should you feel penalized as a person for buying something that makes you happy in a moment when there's not a lot of, like, you're not being given a lot of reasons to be happy when all your life is just work, home, A, B, C, repeat. You know what I'm saying? Work Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 hours, fucking 40 to 45 hours a week, have 2 days off, and then you back at this shit again on Monday. It's like, that doesn't seem fair. And then for older generations to come and give these ideas as to why the younger generations, Gen Z and millennials and stuff like that we're not financially responsible. We're not. The world isn't helping us be financially responsible. The world is actually making our finances tighter. You know what I'm saying? You gotta spend more to live. You gotta spend more to have a vehicle. You gotta spend more to just exist, when none of us ultimately even asked for this. We didn't sign up for this.
The rent is getting out of control, and it's like the salaries aren't matched with how expensive things have actually become.
Still being taxed 20, 25, 30%. People just don't have any money. People aren't having kids. They're not being able to start families. People are struggling financially, fighting financially. Relationships are suffering. This is all decline in living standards. You realize millennials with degrees are living with roommates into their 30s, not having kids? How do you have a Thanksgiving in a 900 square foot apartment? How do you have a dog and go play in the backyard and make memories with your kids? I was living in an apartment complex just 2.5 years ago. Tons of kids. They may do, but they're all playing on the cement floors in the hallway because they don't have a yard.
Yeah, the expectations that is put onto millennials and Gen Z is actually kind of crazy. And I think something that this video does a great job at pointing at is how it's not even so much fully the job that's responsible for a lot of millennials and Gen Zs feeling burnt out, but it's just life. It's merely existing at this point.
Nah, it's the jobs too. Like, that's a part of life. You gotta give those people the blame, because I believe these corporations, these businesses, these business owners, the people that you would never see, that you would never meet, that you would never shake hands with, but you're making them millions a day. Those people, I believe they play a big role, a big chunk of the role in the modern unhappiness of everyday working human beings. They are a cause of the burnout. If they were to say, we're switching from, instead of we're doing 9 to 5s, let's say 9 to 2s. Let's do 9 to 1s. Instead of 5-day work weeks, let's do 4-day work weeks. Let's do 3-day work weeks. Instead of Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday off, let's have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You know what I'm saying? Let's do more to help people be people, to help people escape burnout, instead of charging people fucking $1,500 rent for something that's worth probably $1,000 at best. Let's make life more comfortable for people. But no, we're not doing that. We're just, everybody's who's in positions of power, who's able, is just trying to squeeze all the equity out of people, squeeze every single penny that they can get out of people. And they're not thinking about people. They're just thinking about numbers. They're thinking about metrics. They're thinking about goals, financial goals. How can we get the most money out of people without, you know what I'm saying, taking it directly out their pocket? If that makes sense. That's where we at right now.
Like, just like how much effort and work you're having to put in to exist. That part is the frustrating part, how expensive things are, how everything's inflated, and the wars. Like, the world is just a lot right now for a lot of different people out there, and that's just adding more stress to their lives that they're already dealing with work. So in tandem, life and work, this shit's a struggle for a lot of people out there, and you're a fool to ignore that and just act like millennials and Gen Z in large part are just whining and complaining. No, these are real feelings out there. And just because there's a lot of boomers and like Gen X who are able to buy their house for a bag of grapes and are they able to sell it for millions of dollars, let's be real now. Like the medium house home is like damn near $500,000. And I remember growing up, my version of a $500,000 house is now like $1.5 million now today. But the salaries haven't gone up that much from back in the day. So it is disheartening when you have somebody out here working day in and day out, busting their ass, and not able to see the fruits of their labor. That's what makes things very disheartening for a lot of people out there.
Does anybody else experience the Sunday scaries so intensely because you would just hate your job and you hate going to work that it can...
The Sunday scaries is unreal. Sunday scaries, basically where the weekend's coming to an end, is nailing down to like Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and you know you have so much to do at work. You know, Monday's about to start. You're about to hear all these meetings, have all these deadlines, have to do all this work, where you get scared. Like, you literally get scared of going into work, get scared of Monday because of how much anxiety and stress it does induce in you.
It really paralyzes you. Like, I'm sitting here and I have so much to do today, and I just cannot get myself to do any of it because the thought of the weekend being over, I feel like as soon as I start doing my tasks, like the day is going to fly by and the day is just going to be over, and then it's going to be Sunday night and I'm going to be going to bed and I'm going to be facing Monday morning again.
And that's one of the things too, is just like the moment your weekend starts, you realize you work so hard throughout the week that you genuinely just want to take 2 days, because that's all they give you. I'm saying you genuinely want to just take 2 days to recoup, to not do nothing. But obviously you got responsibilities. Those 2 days could be the only 2 days that you're able to go get groceries. They could be the only 2 days that you're able to go get a haircut, go get your nails done, go get your feet done, go, you know what I'm saying, recoup on the things that you need in the house to keep your house fresh, to keep your, you know what I'm saying. That's the only 2 days you get. But the moment where Saturday passes and it's Sunday, the only thing you could think about is everything that you got to do on Monday morning. And that's just for the people that work traditional 9-to-5s. Me, I work our overnight schedule. So technically my Friday shift, I work into Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So when I get out of work, it's 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning, and I still got to rest. So by the time I wake up, my Saturday is dead. You know what I'm saying? And then you get Sunday, you really feel like you get one full day off, because then you still got to work going into the middle of the night the next day. You know what I'm saying? It ultimately feels like it's a scam of your weekend. You don't really get 2 days off, and really it's barely 2 days off because you're spending so much time just resting. That's all you want to do, is just rest. You want to just be. You don't want to be responsible for anything. You don't want to feel like I have to do this and that. Like, you gotta understand, a lot of this stuff just takes a huge mental toll, a huge physical toll, a spiritual toll, a psychological toll. Everything that encompasses a human being's ability to function properly, it takes a toll on that. It does, because like throughout the week, you just feel like you're responsible for something to everybody, whether you're a coworker, your brother, sister, dad, father, daughter, a mom, like employee, even a supervisor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're responsible for something at all times, Monday through Friday. So when the weekend comes, sometimes you just want to exist, but you don't want to exist to be answering to somebody, or having somebody answer to you, or somebody look towards you to have this figured out, to have that figured out, to have this done, to have that ready. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. And like, a lot of people don't seem like they see that when you voice these things, they see it as you complaining, like, oh, get over it. That generations before you had to do it. Generations before me, I don't give a fuck about them. It seems like nobody wants to question the system that's been made by these people that no longer fucking exist. They're not here anymore. So why are we upholding the standards that we know are not like it's not, I don't want to say it's unrealistic or humanly possible, because it is possible that, because we've been doing it and we're probably going to keep doing it because nobody's questioning this shit. But it's just like, I believe humans weren't designed to be this way. We were just tricked into following a system by niggas that are not here anymore, and nobody wants to say, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to do this either. Oh, me neither. And let's just shut it down. Let's find a new system that allows us to all be and coexist, that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, kill us every day mentally, physically, or whatever way. You know what I'm saying? Let's find a better way. Nobody's trying to find a better way.
Whole another 5 days of something that I absolutely do not want to do. Like, is this normal?
Yes. Like, I remember times where you do want to sit in silence. You do just want to sit and do nothing, or just like watch a movie or watch TV and try to slow down time as much as possible. Because even though you have so much to do and you want to be productive, as soon as you start to get productive, boom, the day is gone. And then you're sitting there stressed, worried about work. And it's like, especially like with someone with ADHD like me, oh my gosh, there's so much on your plate, so many things looking around, and there's so much that you have to get done. They want to start attacking down, but then like even the thought process of getting something done is hard to break through because of how fast the day will go, and then it starts the whole next week, and then you got school, you got work. It's a lot. Now, is it something we all can get through? For sure. Is it something we can manage and learn how to, time management and like get new jobs and really like hone in on how to fix your life? Yes, that is possible. But on the flip side, there is a lot of people that has to manage this scary feeling for a while they build up their dream life and they have their path set for their goals and dreams. This is still something that people are having to deal with.
Is this normal? Or should I, like, obviously I want to be doing content creation full time at some point, but that's going to take a long time. And I feel like I'm just like roughing through it at this point, but it's is this normal? Do other people feel this way? Because the executive dysfunction is just unbearable. I have like 20 days of PTO this year, and I'm like, I feel like I should save 5 of them for a vacation, but like I don't even know if I can, because I need to be taking like a random Monday and Friday off here and there just to like get by.
Yes, the Sunday scaries are very normal. It is very much a thing, but it's more so, I feel like, for people that are just unfulfilled with what they're doing in their career, and or the people around them in their career is making everything harder. Because I find that most people that actually enjoy what they do, they love what they do, they don't get the Sunday scaries unless there's another force acting upon them. And when that acting force comes on, then things really change. And or you are just generally doing something that you really hate doing and you do not like to do. And there's different versions of the Sunday scaries, because the Sunday scaries is based off the average 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. But other people do have that feeling of like, even for me, honestly, I'm very thankful for this platform and my career. This is what I do. I'm not going to equate it to a Sunday scary, but I do, running your own business, being an entrepreneur, like if I'm not making content, I'm not making money. Like I have to keep making content, I have to be filming, editing, researching. And so I get you still get the anxiety, you still get the scaries, but not like this level. So that's never going to go away, but this is just a different perspective on like what they're going through. So yeah, even if you're doing your dream job, you're still gonna have some stress, you're still gonna have some anxieties, but it's not gonna be that intense, because I do vividly remember that feeling.
At some point, you realize it's not just a job. It's the environment, because you can handle work, you can handle the responsibilities, you can handle being busy, and you can handle the pressure. But what you can't deal with is the unnecessary stress, that toxic energy, the lack of support, the constant feeling of being on edge.
That's honestly probably, and I did have gone through this phase too, the most frustrating and annoying feeling ever. To know that you're good at your job, know that you're getting things done, know that you can handle the amount of work that's on your plate, knowing that like pretty much as far as like you and your responsibilities is concerned, nailed it. You're doing good. But it's the coworkers, It's the boss. It's the micromanaging. It's the annoyances. It's the work drama. It's the culture. It's not even like your job, but like the atmosphere around you that's really making things bad. That's frustrating as hell. Oh my gosh. I can only imagine people that's going through that for the entirety of their career, where you're doing so good. Like you're actually really good at your job, but it's your company. There we go. Your job.
But I think that's a double-sided coin. You know what I'm saying? It's two sides to that coin, because ultimately a lot of people fall into this thing where you do become good at your job. Like your job becomes, you can do it without even thinking about it. But that also that comes at a price where now you become complacent, and it's like this job isn't pushing me. I'm not motivated. And yes, it could be the environment. The environment plays a factor as well. Obviously, you don't want to deal with the toxicity of having a helicopter boss, or having terrible coworkers, or having terrible work conditions or work standards and stuff like that. But at the same time, even with the work itself, if it's not pushing you, if it's not challenging you, if it's not grasping your attention the whole time while you're there, you start to get this feeling where it's kind of like pointless, especially pointless in a sense of, why does this consume 8 hours of my time? Why does this consume 8 hours of my time? Why am I here for so long when this work, if we all put our heads together, if we all put our head down, put our nose down, and just did the work, we can get this amount of work done in 4.5 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, and still maybe get that 8 hours. But that's the thing. Jobs want to pay you for 8 hours of your time instead of just completing 8 hours of work. I don't understand that. And that's the thing with me. It's like, I understand, like when it comes to work, you can only control the controllables, right? You can't control everybody you interact with. You can't control the environment. You can't control who your bosses are. You can only control your workload and what you have to complete, how fast you complete it, and the amount of effort you choose to exalt when completing said task. Right, get it. But it's just like, even that is exhausting, whereas the work itself, it's just like, why am I here for so long when I know that the job that I'm doing, I'm capable of doing this in half the time, where I don't have to spend 8 hours of my day at a job that I don't want to be around. Like, I don't want to be here already as is. So why not just let me get my stuff done and go home, and pay me what I'm worth. Pay me for not the time of my life, but the production, what I'm doing. Pay me for that.
It's fine, but it's your company that's making it a struggle. Frustrating.
Once you realize that, everything starts to make sense. Why you're so tired, why your mood shifts, why don't you feel like yourself anymore? It's not because you can't handle work. It's because you're in a space that is constantly taking from you. And the moment that realization hits, you start looking at things differently. There's no more blaming yourself. You stop forcing yourself to push through. You stop normalizing what doesn't feel right.
You check
and you start
out.
asking better questions. Like, is this worth it?
Like, literally, that's what you check out. And it's like, prior to me having a family, like before, whenever I got tired of a job, brother, I lied to you not, I would fucking leave. Like, no, I don't care what stage I was in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I really needed money. I don't care if I was this, that, bills, whatever. I don't care. Because I would just leave. Like, some jobs feel so pointless to this. Like, I feel like when you get to the point where you're fighting with yourself the entire shift, like you're just in your head, like, why am I here? What am I doing? Like, should I be doing this? Should I not be doing that? Like, is this job fulfilling to me? Like, am I maximizing my potential? Am I dedicating the 8 hours of my life that I will never get back to something that is going to eventually pay off for me? Am I doing that? No? Then why am I here? And I will find myself in those moments, and I would genuinely leave. I would just walk off, or I would just walk out, and I would just never come back. Block the boss number, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? But now when you have people depending on you, you have Obviously you get a car, you get insurance, you got a house, you got to pay like big boy bills. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay big boy bills. It's just like it's hard to just walk away from something because you know that this you need this job, you need this financials, you need some sort of income, especially in this time where it's harder than ever to get a job because a lot of places just aren't hiring people. Don't know why, but that's just the state of the world right now.
Is it sustainable? Is this where I want to be long term? And those questions, they change everything.
You can't unsee it, and that's the point where you really have to start looking at another job. Stay in your career. Obviously, if you're doing good at your job, you have a good resume, you're golden, but maybe you do
We got to speed it up a little bit because it's already, what, 25 minutes on this? Yeah. Let's get to the next topic.
your job isn't even making you burnt out.
Better job. I don't want a better career. I don't want more money. I don't want a job. I don't want somewhere to go for 50 hours of my life a week and stand there and feel like a caged animal. I don't want to play the game. I can't stand being fake. How you doing? What's going on?
It's the same conversations every single fucking day. I got like it's like you see these people every single day in the same space, in the same places. The only time you ever really have something to talk about is on a Monday, is even if you choose to talk about it. It's like, how was your weekend? What did you get into this weekend? Whatever. But it's like Monday through Friday is the same people in the same place doing the same exact thing every single freaking day. And it's just like, you don't want to be there. Like, why am I talking to you when I know you don't want to be here just as much as I don't want to be here? I guarantee, right? If people had a choice, and this, I think I'm gonna end the video right here because we get the gist, we get the point. I don't want to keep rambling over, you know what I'm saying, the repetitive spilt milk. We get it. We hate jobs. Cool. But it's like, just think about it like this. If you had a choice where you had those 8 hours that you had dedicated to your job, if you could apply those to anywhere else and they would pay you the same exact, like, you could spend 8 hours at the gym, you could spend 8 hours drawing, you could spend 8 hours to anything that you want in your life that you genuinely want to do rather than going to work. Would you or would you not choose to do that? If there was no repercussions, you would still get paid the same wage that you get now. What would you do? I'd say 9 times out of 10, unless you're somebody who's driven by career, driven by needing the workforce, driven by needing to belong to some type of cog in a wheel that functions this society. And like, if you're somebody that's cool for you. But I say the rest of us, people who are just burnt out from life, that being because of work, that because of responsibilities, that be because of bills, that be because of everything that's making life hard for us right now, we would choose to do something that we're passionate about. Honestly, even if I wasn't getting paid for, if I could make YouTube videos and play the game and just be home, you know what I'm saying, with my family, I would do that. But unfortunately, that does not pay the bills. It's your boy RushMoreRick. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. Comment what you think. We out of here. Deuces.